Hey, I made it to episode 20. In celebration of that, I want to talk about something close to my heart. The 3 mile an hour God. You don't want to miss this. I say it all the time, God only ever does one thing. So often we talk about God in terms of power. God is omnipotent, God can do anything. It reminds me of this dumb logic game people used to play. They'd say, can God make a stone greater than God can lift? They're just playing around with contradictory logic. It doesn't really amount to anything. But it is a good way to illustrate what I mean when I say God only ever does one thing. God is love. We can try to describe God in all kinds of ways, but there's really only one way to say what God is. God is love. Nothing God ever does is anything but love. So to speculate about God's power outside love is pointless. God will never do those things. So back to that contradictory logic game. Performing a feat solely to prove dominance over another is not love. God will never do that. And performing a feat solely to prove one's own power is not love. So God will never do that. God may indeed be powerful, but God does not act power. God acts love. And this matters. When our image of God is one of absolute power, it legitimizes our use of power for the sake of dominance. But if our image of God is one of power, restrained and guided by love, then it subverts our use of power for personal gain. But I think it also matters in another, more subtle way. It changes the way we imagine God carrying out justice in this world. How often do we wonder, why doesn't God do this? Why doesn't God do that? Why doesn't God do anything? It can be hard to perceive a just God acting in the world. And I think that's a problem with the way that we conceive of power carrying out justice. We think about decisive intervention, judgment, punishment, cleaning up the streets, taking out the trash. We imagine Clint Eastwood movies and World War II documentaries. When we want justice, we think activity and aggression. But think about what I just said there, taking out the trash. What do we mean when we say that? Do we mean getting rid of injustice, or do we mean getting rid of bad people? As long as your sense of justice works against any person, it falls short of the justice of God, which is love. God desires to remove injustice, but also to preserve all people. That's not something we do well, certainly not through decisive intervention. Let me suggest a different way of conceiving how God works in the world. This comes from a Japanese theologian named Kosuke Koyama. The speed an average person walks is about 3 miles an hour. You might say, we're capable of so much more. So many of us can run fast and jump high and accomplish great feats, and that's fine. But in the process, we do leave some people behind. God refuses to leave anyone behind. God stays with us, lockstep, at 3 miles an hour. It's a patient, deliberate, contemplative speed. Were it not for love, God could move so much faster. But because of love, God is a 3 mile an hour God. God moves at the speed of human suffering and human enlightenment. God refuses to get out ahead of us and solve things for us. God walks with us through whatever may come and is present to us as we try to figure it out. That's one reason I look to Jesus as the fullest revelation of who God is. Because in Jesus, I see God walking 3 miles an hour amongst religious folk who are too caught up in details, alongside the poor and the marginalized, leading disciples who just don't get it. All the ways I reckon God is still moving today. There are plenty of days when the pain of the world gets to me and I wonder, why isn't God doing anything? But I reckon God is doing something at the pace of about 3 miles an hour. So what do you think of this image of a 3 mile an hour God? And do you relate to the struggle to trust God against your own speeds and to slow down and walk the speed that the love of God walks. Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if this video has been good for you, you can like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want more Kosuke Koyama, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching.